Hello and welcome to my channel. 6 Ways Islam Causes Physical Harm to Its Believers. Today I want to talk about what Islam does to human beings who really believe in it and eager to practice it fully. As with most religions, Islam has effects on the mental state of its followers. For example, instilling the fear towards certain things, like fear of hell, fear to love someone before getting married, fear to embrace true nature of same-gender relationships, and ultimately fear to sin. And from that fear, hatred is born. And when hatred brew in their hearts, the believers often easily act violently and harshly towards others. Islam also taught its followers to be anxious, with so many rules, and so many commands to follow, that made its believers often are restless, always worrying, have I done the salat correctly? Am I covering my hair properly? All these mental damage done by Islam made Muslims as they are today. It is not their fault that they were born in that religion. So as critics of Islam, we must continue to speak and make them aware what Islam has made them to be. Islam does not only harm its believers' mental state, but also causes actual physical harm to its believers. First, it is the harm towards women's bodies by forcing them to cover their whole bodies. Human beings need the sunlight, as it boosts the body's vitamin D production. By covering your whole body when you go outside, the body will suffer from lack of vitamin D, which can cause early onset of osteoporosis, muscle weaknesses, back pain, and so on. This is a very clear sign that Allah knows nothing about human bodies. How can a creator be so clueless of his own creation? Why would he tell women to cover up most of their bodies, and cause them to get ill from vitamin D deficiency? If you're a Muslim woman and covers your whole body, please take a vitamin D supplement, consult a doctor to prescribe a proper dose. Do not let Islam harm your body. Second, Islam also taught that salat, the ritual prayer, is better than sleep. It often calls its believers to wake up at early morning, 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., to pray. And the first prayer is also way too early, at dusk, often 1 hour before the sunrise. Even the Adzan, call to prayer for the Fajr prayer says, As-salatu khairun minan nawm, which means, salat is better than sleep. This is the most illogical command of all. Human body needs sleep. Sleep deprivation is the weapon of Islam that it uses to control its believers, making them become anti-logic, cognitive dissonant, and make bad judgment. This is why we see most believers are unable to grasp simple logic, and very severely cognitive dissonant. I know this, because I was one. I believed Allah is most merciful, but also believed in Allah's death punishment for gays and apostates. How can he be called most merciful then? Third, Islam taught its believers to not worry about flies around your food, for on its right wing is a cure. No, I am not making this up. This is taught in the hadith of the Prophet. It said, narrated Abu Huraira, the Prophet said, if a house fly falls in the drink of any one of you, he should dip it, in the drink, and take it out, for one of its wings has a disease and the other has the cure for the disease. Flies are dirty insects because they thrive on decomposed things. And bacteria and virus are present abundantly in such things. So many dangerous diseases came from flies, such as anthrax, cholera, salmonella, typhoid and so on. But for Islam's believers, they were told to just dip the fly wholly into the drink or food, and it is okay to drink or eat from it. Please, do not believe this sunnah of the Prophet. It could literally kill you. Before Muslims start to comment on this subject, let me assure you, yes, I have read the published article on PubMed, about the experiment Muslims did on the right wing of flies, and I will debunk that in the next video. Fourth, Islam harm its believers by promoting them to drink camel urine. This is from the hadith of the Prophet, narrated Anas. The climate of Medina did not suit some people, so the Prophet ordered them to follow his shepherd, that is, his camels, and drink their milk and urine, as a medicine. Those who learned biology before, will know that the urine of mammals came from kidneys. And kidneys' function is to filter all the toxins and bad stuffs from your blood. This is why those with kidney diseases become weak and ill, since the toxins linger in their blood, and the blood brought the toxins to all the organs throughout their body. So, why would anybody with a sane mind would want to drink the toxins willingly? Are you insane? As indicated by WHO, camel urine contains large amount of creatine and creatinine which are toxic to human. Please, do not believe this sunnah of the Prophet. And again, I am aware of the countless attempts by Muslims in publishing articles upon articles and tests to prove camel urine is beneficial. And I will debunk that in the next video. Fifth, Islam promotes Muslims to eat together from the same plate. This practice is very common among the Jama'at Tabligh Muslims. Its teaching came from a hadith. Salim bin Abdullah bin Umar said, I heard my father say, I heard Umar bin Khattab say, the Messenger of Allah said, eat together and do not eat separately, for the blessing is in being together. In 2020, many Jama'at Tabligh groups all over the world became a hotspot for COVID infection. It is none other caused and amplified by this teaching, sharing a plate when having a meal. Even without COVID, virus and bacteria can easily spread from one to another because they literally are sharing their saliva around, when eating using the same plate. Sixth, Islam promotes drinking of the ZamZam water. This teaching came from the hadith. It said, narrated Ibn Abbas, the Prophet drank ZamZam, water, while standing. As Muslims are taught to emulate the Prophet, naturally every one of them wants to drink it too. Independent study by BBC, on the ZamZam water bottle bought from UK, revealed that it is filled with harmful bacteria and dangerous amount of arsenic. Of course, this topic is sensitive and as we know, denial is strong in the Islamic community, of anything that is related to the Sunnah of the Prophet. Obviously, they claim the water that BBC took, was not from ZamZam well, and many other defensive response. Because, what if Saudi were to admit ZamZam is truly poisonous? It would affect their Hajj and Umrah income greatly. Because of the rebuttal from Muslim community, BBC then asked a pilgrim to take samples directly from taps which were linked to the ZamZam well, to compare the one bought in UK, and it showed the same high levels of arsenic and harmful bacteria too. But till today, Muslims continue to consume the holy water. I guess denial wins. And seventh, probably the dumbest and most ignorant thing to do, Islam also can cause harm to newborn babies in the Sunnah of the Prophet ritual called Tahneek. I will show you this video, an example of this ritual. A Muslim parent gave their newborn baby to the Islamic preacher, often a famous one, who they feel is blessed by Allah, to perform the ritual. The preacher would chew a date fruit, sometimes mixed with honey, in his own mouth, and then take a portion and feed it to the baby, using his finger. When I learnt about this ritual, I was facepalming 10,000 times. Newborn baby's immune system is very weak. Bad idea to introduce an adult's saliva to their mouth. And honey is very bad for babies since they could suffer from botulism and often dies. Please do not be irresponsible parents by doing this to your baby. I hope Muslims and converts listen to this video too. I know you hate us ex-Muslim, but please do not harm yourselves. Do not practice any of these rituals. And with that I hope you realize how Islam actually physically harm your bodies. Just because you believe in Allah, the imaginary God, it does not make you immune from simple facts of this life, that everyone goes through, just the same. That's all for this video. I hope this video is shared far and wide. I hate Islam. But I love peaceful Muslims who reject violence. Be safe and take care of yourselves. If you like this video, consider to like, share, subscribe or give the video a super thanks. Thank you and have a nice day.